everyone, in this video what we have is a set of H11s for my Kia Sorento. Now this is a sponsored video. These were actually sent to me from Novsight, so I will be going over the product with you guys. I am not gonna lie and say the product is good if it's not. That's not the way that my channel works. If it's a good product, you guys will hear me say it's a good product. If the installation is easy, I will tell you guys that the installation is easy, and I'll bring up any shortcomings that might be present with this product also. Now what we're going to be doing is going over a quick unboxing. We're going to be going to the vehicle afterwards, onto a road test, show you what my lights look like, and then after that we will be going over and installing these lights onto my Kia Sorento, and then from there we will be going over and doing another road test to show the difference between the OEM and the LED headlights. So let's get started with the unboxing and we'll take it from there. Alright, let's go ahead and take and open this guy up now. Then we got everything free. Alright. Comes with a nice little keychain. It says Novsight auto lighting. And light up your way home. Nice little saying. Alright. Then we have probably a quick installation guide, warranty service, and probably a quick installation guide, which is what it is. We will look at that later. All right, and the units themselves. So as I said, these are going to be onto my low beams, onto my Sorento. These are supposed to be the exact same as an H11. And if we come onto the back of the box, we see H8, H9, and H11, and H16, the JP. I have no idea what the JP stands for. If ever you're going to be installing LED lights and you don't know what type of light bulbs that are onto your vehicle, you can go on to Philips Bulb Finder, and from there you can actually pick your vehicle, make, model, year, and it will tell you exactly what lights go where. It doesn't matter if it's a brake light, a headlight, high beam light, low beam light. It will tell you what light goes where. All right, just a tidbit of information for everybody. So the units themselves. So at first glance, they seem to be of decent quality. I don't know how well they're going to hold up in Canadian weather. That is to be seen. Like as I said, I'm going to be installing these, and if I still have the Sorento, which I probably will in the next couple of years, well, I will give an update for sure. But as of right now, the units themselves, they seem pretty good. They feel nice. The body is made of copper and is very light, so that's nice. Whenever you are installing LED headlights, it is very important to make sure that your orientation for LED headlights is supposed to be left to right and not up and down. Typically, what we need to do is, I don't know if this one does it. Yes, it does. All right, is that we can actually take and rotate the area that holds or attaches to your headlamp assembly, and we can remove that. Let's see. Keep turning. There we go. All right. And there are little screws onto the side. Now, I don't think that these ones are actually supposed to be adjusted. There are some that I have seen that are adjustable. And actually, I think this one is. If I check down here, I do see an Allen key, which is probably the lock for this guy right here. All right, so for the LED bulbs themselves. Hopefully these ones are already pre-adjusted and we don't have to do anything for it. But you never know. Okay, so this one seems to have little notches into it, so the little screws on the inside can fit into them, so it gives you a little bit of a rotation if you want, or area to rotate. So that's nice. So we can go from, let's just say if we have to, if it's installed like this, that's wrong. We could take and just turn our light, and that will be the max that we can turn our light. Okay, so we can actually just do a degree of rotation onto our bulb, which is actually very nice compared to other lights that I've seen where we actually have to take this part off, undo a screw, then turn the whole assembly, reinstall it, retest it, and hope everything is in the right spot. So that's a nice little feature on these lights. as I said, the lights themselves, they seem pretty nice. Honestly, they're LED bulbs. So until I actually put them onto the vehicle, it's going to be hard to say exactly if it's an easy install or not. So this is supposed to be a quick installation. So like I said, we're going to be testing that. We are going to be going on to a road test with my vehicle, with my Sorento, to make sure that to show you guys what my lights look like right now. Then we are also going to be going and installing these afterwards, and then after the install, then we're going to be taking and testing them out again to see how bright they are. So yeah, like I said, there's not very much I could do. I just want to see the longevity of these, because typically, like, I don't know how these guys are sealed. And if we see right here, they have a tamper-proof screw, so you can't really take and remove this screw without damaging the unit, which then voids the warranty, obviously. And I don't want to void the warranty on this. So yeah, so now a little bit of information when we are installing these. Whenever we are going to be taking and installing these, we have to keep in mind of the polarity of the voltages going in and out. All right. Or the voltages coming in, I should say. So your power and ground, if you want. So if we look at the connector, we can see that our connector has a tab here, a tab here, a tab here, and a tab here. Now these tabs are on the side are just to align to your connector of your light. But these ones right here are so that your connector actually locks in spot. Now, LED light bulbs leading up to the ballast are polarity sensitive. So basically, if I put the power on the ground and the ground on the power, this guy is not going to work at all. I'm going to prove it to you guys, with my power supply. Okay. But if we put the power where the power is supposed to go and the ground where the ground is supposed to go, it will work. So if ever you fall into a situation where you're buying LED lights and you're plugging it in and you're turning them on and it's not working, just go unplug your connector, take your connector, flip it around 180, plug it back in, and see if everything works. Okay, so let's go ahead, turn on my power supply real quick. Okay, I took off my alligator clips for my power supply. All right, and we are just gonna take my power supply and we are gonna hook it up to these. I have no idea how bright these are. These might be super bright. And also they are supposed to power up and, well, very fast. Okay, so let's see. We'll go this way. If it works, I'm just gonna flip them around. All right, so as we can tell, oh jeez, oh man, that's bright. Okay, that's super bright. All right, so now I'll just flip these guys around. I'm blinding myself here. As we can tell, nothing is happening. All right, and if I flip the power over on this side, and then I bring this guy back, and they do light up very quick. All right, like I would say like 3 milliseconds or somewhere around there. As soon as I touch, it's pretty much a instantaneous lighting. So that is it for this unboxing. A few other low key notes I'll put in there is that I think that they should send some two-way tape. As you can tell, there's not very much in this box whatsoever. So some two-way tape in order to mount this somewhere, mount the ballast somewhere, and also maybe some tie wraps to make sure everything is kept in spot. So those little adjustments onto this will probably make it a worthwhile candidate in the LED industry for LED bulbs. Maybe on their higher end bulbs, they do send some two-way tape with some tie wraps, but on this model right here that they sent me, they did not. I will be putting a link down in the description so you can go check out their Amazon store on where they sell these bulbs. If you don't find your light bulb into their drop-down menus, don't worry so much about that. Just go into the search, type in your bulb, and it will pop up. Okay. There was a few bulbs I was looking for and I could not find them through their drop-down menus, but when you actually went in and you did the search, they had an assortment of bulbs for that specific model of bulb. All right, so I'm going to be taking and ending this unboxing video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let's take a quick road test, and then from there we're going to, after a road test, we will be installing these onto my Sorento. All right, so I'll give you guys a view of what these lights look like. All right, they're pretty faded. They don't actually light up that much. Okay, I'll show you guys what they look like on the road. I'll go to the darkest spot I can, so you guys can really see like they are not good, and then I'll bring you guys back, and we will take and install the LED lights, and then we'll do another road test with the LED lights at that point. All right, so let's get on this road test. All right, so I don't create a infraction. Here is what my lights look like right now. Right, this is the passenger side, pretty clear. If we look at the driver's side, I can barely see the driver's side. So what we're gonna do now is go back, replace these, and then go on another road test. All right, everybody. I thought I'd take this day just to go ahead and finish up this video for the Novsight LED headlights. I'm gonna show you guys how to install them onto a Kia Sorento. Important to remember that there are little caps that are going to be onto the back of the lights. Some people like to just take the ballast and everything and shove it inside of the headlamp assembly. I might try do that, but at the same time, I don't believe that that's the right way to do this. But we're going to take them, we're going to install them on this vehicle, and we're going to see how everything goes. If there's enough room, I might put the ballasts inside the lights. And if there's not, well, they're going to be hanging outside the lights just to keep them a little bit cooler. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys over, set you guys up, and we're going to get started. All right, so let's get started with this. I'm going to start with the driver's side, passenger side headlight, actually. All right, so on this vehicle right here, what we have to do is remove this cap. Okay, they say this should take about 15 minutes to install completely, so we're going to see. All right, now the next thing that we have to worry about when we are installing these is, of course, going to be the orientation. Like I said, we want our lights to be left to right and not up and down when we are installing them. Okay, if we look here, we can see that this area, this seam right here, lines up with the light perfectly. So what we want to try to do is get this seam as straight as possible, okay? So we're going to just come in here. We are going to take and one of two things. Either we can, I can't even see. Give me a second. Yeah. So there's a little connector, all right? So all we're going to do is just remove the two little tabs onto the side. If you have a pocket screwdriver, that helps out a lot more, but that's okay. We'll just take and we'll try to spread them out at the same time, like so. All right, now from there we should be able to take and turn this guy completely, and there's light number one. All right, now before we go any further, well, technically we could try something else first, but our connector is right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just plug this guy in. Don't forget there's only one orientation. The LED lights will not work with both. Okay, so I'm just going to go turn on the key real quick and see if the lights turn on. All right, so we're going to take and leave it like that. As we can tell right here, my light is not lit up. So what we're going to do is take and remove this connector and just swap the light around. If I can. Okay. Try to keep you guys in focus. There we go. We'll swap it around, and there is that light. All right. So I'm going to just plug him in. I'm going to turn off the light first because that is super bright. Okay. So now the important part is, remember what I said is going to end up being the orientation of this light bulb. All right. Like I said, we want the light bulb to be up and down. What's nice about these is that as soon as we get it in, if we push onto it, we'll be able to slightly turn it. All right. So this guy has about a 45-degree angle of rotation. So we can take and turn it 45 degrees. All right, I'm going to be using this seam line right here as a 0 point to know when this, or my LEDs are left or right if you want. Okay, so let's get inside here. Let's put him in, if we can. Okay, I'm going to take him. We have to get him. I might do this a different way, but we'll see. Let's turn. There we go. We are locked. Let's see where our light is at this point. Okay. And there we go. Now, how is my seam? My seam is almost perfectly straight, but it will not allow me to turn it anymore, but that's as much as I can turn it, okay? So the ballast actually has enough room to actually fit inside of here. The cap, I don't know if I'll be able to put the cap on. We're going to check that out in a minute, okay? So let's get the ballast and everything inside of here first, because there's way more than enough room. I didn't think that there was going to be. All right. Now, the thing about LEDs that I don't like is that they put a fan. Now, when we take and we put the cap back on,
there's not going to be the same amount of airflow as if when the cap is off. So two things can happen. One, the light can overheat, and if that happens, well, the light's just going to prematurely wear. Secondly, we're just not going to have the proper amount of airflow. So that does go on. I got my cap right here. So if we want to keep it on, can we? That was my question. And we can. So we could keep it on, okay? Just shove the ballast and everything on the inside. Everything is nice and neat. Let's go turn on the lights real quick. We'll see the difference. All right, I'll bring you guys towards the front, just to give you guys a view. Okay, so that is the LED. That is the incandescent. You can tell that there's a really big difference. Now what's nice is that I still see my LED lights, and they're to the side, which is what we want. We want a wider angle and not an up and down angle, all right? If we look at our bulb on here, we see that it is the exact same, okay? Now, if we look, daytime light over here, can hardly see it off the box. And over here we see the LED. Actually, this is the LED that's actually spraying this way, all right? So gonna go ahead, bring you guys over to the other side. It's gonna be the exact same thing. All right. Well, this one's gonna be a little bit harder to film because of its because of where it's located. All right, but the installation of it is going to be the same. I'll try to give you guys the best view possible, but as I said, okay. So it's gonna be roughly about there. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna come in. All right, we have to take and, oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. I'm even losing myself here. Okay, so it's this guy right here. Okay, we'll turn off the lights real quick. All right, we gotta do the exact same thing. We gotta get our hands in here. I might have to go get a screwdriver. Yeah, give me 1 minute, guys. I'm just gonna grab a screwdriver. All right. Hopefully you guys can still see. So now I'm just going to get in here with this one. This side is a little bit harder than the other side. Okay, we're going to remove the connector. We're going to remove our bulb. Same thing, counterclockwise. Okay, the bulb is now out. Try to give us some light. I don't know how well that's going to work for everybody. Okay, now we're going to grab the second LED light. Same thing, we're going to use this seam. All right, we're going to use the seam that's right here as our indicator for our up and down, so our lights are going to be left and right. We're going to take him, we'll plug him in. I'll turn on the lights real quick, and we'll see if he lights up. He does not light up. Oh, here it is, the other one. Give me a second. There we go. All right, so he lights up. So we're going to leave him like that. Now we're going to take and install him into the hole. And then put everything in spot. Okay. Let's see how this works. It's hard to get your hands in, guys. Oh, there we go. We are good. All right. So from what I can tell, no adjustment really necessary on these lights. They are pretty much intact. Not intact, they're pretty much lined up, so there's not really much that we need to do. So let's just take our ballast, stick our ballast in with everything else, put our cap back on, make sure everything's nice and neat. Okay, as I said, I like this to be nice and neat. Okay, I don't really see the need to put that on just for airflow. But anyway, so that is it. All right, everybody. So that's the installation of a set of Novsight LEDs, headlamp bulbs for a 2011 Kia Sorento. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Total time maybe about 10 minutes. So their 15-minute installation time is spot on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, everybody. So just give you an example of how bright these LEDs are compared to the halogen bulbs. Can clearly see a huge difference in the lighting. So that concludes this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys next time.